Yo, welcome back to the New Retro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Ian, with my co-host, Eva. What it do, baby? And happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, and happy Thanksgiving, man. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone that listened to us today.
Yeah, appreciate the love. Whatever. Let's get started with this episode, babe, because I'm trying to eat today, I
Yep.
got I got I got a cheesecake from Costco.
Ooh,
Woo
okay.
wee. And the rest of my family's gonna have pumpkin pie.
Nice. Dude,
Cheesecake's all for me. Ever. I am so excited. Do you know why I'm excited? Besides that today's Thanksgiving.
Survivor Series?
Survivor Series is this Saturday. You know what else I'm excited for?
SmackDown?
No.
Oh, we're gonna be there?
We are gonna freaking be there, man. Not just you, not just your brother. I'm gonna be there too. Oh
Nice.
my gosh, bro. Shout out
First War
to
Games?
shout out to Bobby the Booger and Nito that I don't know. Nito's already an embarrassing name. So shout out to him. So, but yeah, we're going to Survivor Series. Manuel, he's going too. So basically, the people that went to Survivor Series with me that road trip, we're
SummerSlam.
going SummerSlam. We are going to Survivor Series together this year. So
Nice.
that's pretty awesome. And you know who else is going to be there at Survivor Series ever?
Randy Orton?
Brennan freaking Orton.
Yep.
Oh, let's go. I'm so happy that they made it official, bro. Because the day I think I'm gonna be honest, I'm throwing a blank when we got the tickets, but when they announced Randy Orton, I was freaking excited about it. Oh man, so Randy Orton is official, the fifth member for I don't even know who's the leader of this team. The team of Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Jay Uso, Seth freaking Rollins, the world heavyweight champion, and now the legend killer, the ex predator, right? Ex predator.
Apex.
What did I
Apex.
say? Ex.
Ex-Predator. You're saying sound like he's gonna be on, Dateline or something. I'm like, wait a minute. What kind of predator are you talking about?
Oops, my bad, Randy. Ex predator. Oops. You know what I pictured? Yeah, as soon as
What?
I said it, it's because I got thrown off. As soon as I said that word, I started picturing that movie, Aliens versus Predator.
Oh my god.
So when I was like, because I was like, wait, I shouldn't be picturing him. I should picture like a alligator, crocodile, whatever. I was like, I should be picturing that, not the dude, not the predator from Aliens. And then you took it a different direction. So, anyways, the Legend Killer Randy Orton is the fifth member going up against Judgment Day. All four members, right? Is that right? JD's included.
JD, Dominic,
Finn Balor
Damien, Finn, and then they
and
added
then
Drew
Drew
McIntyre.
McIntyre.
But he's not an official member, so he
He
just
he's
helping
not yeah,
Rhea.
he's not a Judgment Day member. No. He's just joining forces with Judgment Day for Wars games. And that's the other
Nice.
exciting thing that I'm going to be able to this is going to be my first Survivor Series, my first ever Wars game,
Yep, me
so
too.
oh man, that this is going to be awesome, man. It's going to be
So
awesome time.
you're almost done with the big four then, huh?
The possibility of going to, WrestleMania. I mean, if I do end up going, then yes, I will hit Money in the Bank, even though Money in the Bank at that time wasn't considered the big five, but I
Yeah.
did ended up going. Um, then it was SummerSlam, then now Survivor Series,
Yeah.
hopefully WrestleMania, and then the Royal
The Rumble.
Rumble. So that was the one thing I was kind of hesitating about Survivor Series because I was still playing it by year with the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but Florida? It's no offense to Florida.
I
But it's
love
in Florida.
Florida. That's
Oh
why,
yeah.
yeah, that's I love Florida. So that's why it wasn't a hesitation for me to go. But if I did ended up going, it most likely would have not in my vehicle, would have been a road trip. Just so it would have been a more of like I'm
Experience.
driving to the show, maybe get a hotel. Or I was thinking it was gonna be more. I'm gonna get to the show, enjoy the show, leave the show, or I was gonna be like within 30 minutes,
Mm,
30 to 40 minutes away from the show. I was gonna stay there at a hotel, take a Uber to the arena, take a Uber back. That was gonna be expensive, but at least that way I could spend the night at the hotel. Next morning, drive back, and it was gonna be a long day, but that was more like cheap cost kind of way.
yeah.
Because obviously, but that was gonna be like that was like I don't want to say that was that's not my first option. That was gonna be like my last option. That was like, oh damn, tickets are too expensive. It's gonna be the same amount. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same amount of money if what I just told you I would have done would have been the same amount if I would have got a ticket. But still, it's
Yeah.
January. What if it snows? What if I can't take off? Because by then it's gonna be snow. It's gonna be bad over here in Chicago.
Yeah, that's the
So
thing. We're in the Midwest, so to and from, we're kind of like we have to deal with the blizzard weather or the snow weather.
yeah,
Yeah, I think after Survivor Series, I only need the Rumble because I went to WrestleMania 22, so
yeah.
SummerSlam this year, Survivor Series this year, and then Rumble. I was gonna go last year, but it was in St. Louis or 2 years
Mhm.
ago. But hey, that would have been nice. St. Louis would have been an easy one. But hey,
Yeah.
anyways,
So obviously the topic for today is Survivor Series, but I kind of want to get your intel of WrestleMania because the fact that you went to WrestleMania 22 Allstate Arena, you're going back for Survivor Series. How is it to you that the fact that at one point WrestleMania was there twice and now it's like in a bigger arena, football arena? Because you went to Detroit, we both went, and you went for SummerSlam, and that's the same arena that was WrestleMania 23. So did you, when you walk in there and you're just like, I can't believe this is the place that they host WrestleMania, and then comparing to a what's it called, WrestleMania All Stays Arena, because a year later that's where they ended up going. A
yeah.
year in WrestleMania 23, it was in Detroit. It's like you see the difference. How doesn't that like blow your mind a little bit? Where it's like they went from a 18 to 20,000 to 55,000 a year later, and then so on, keep getting another 20 to 30,000.
Yeah, I feel like well, I'm really glad it took. I mean, I'm really glad it took place at the Allstate Arena
Mm-hmm.
because because we're in Chicago, right? There's not really any place you could go outside besides besides like one to Soldier Field, but like thing around that time was like still snowing,
Right.
and the United Center's there, but their home arena is like the Allstate. So it is surreal, like to see that, like because after yeah, I think Allstate Arena was the last arena they went to for WrestleMania that was not like a stadium.
Mm-hmm.
2022. Then after that, since then it's been I'm if I'm wrong or not.
No, no,
But after
you're
that,
you're you're
the,
right.
after WrestleMania, after that WrestleMania, everything has been like stadiums, football fields, you know, other countries. Well, no, no, I don't think
Right.
other countries, but you know what I mean. Like it's been like that was so I'm kind of glad too, and it was a different experience for me because also that was like the first WrestleMania. That was supposed to be Eddie Guerrero's WrestleMania moment.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, like his World Heavyweight title moment. So it was kind of bittersweet. And going to War Games is also pretty cool. It's like a historical thing for me. Like, for Survivor Series this year, it's like, oh, War Games. First time Survivor Series, first time War Games.
Right.
WrestleMania, when I went, it was my first WrestleMania. And also, it was post Eddie Guerrero's death. So it was kind of like
Mm.
surreal, too. 'Cause I'm like, oh, man. Because they say it was going to be him versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. So it felt
Yeah.
kind of it's a different energy. Like it's more like, oh, I'm bummed out because this would have been Eric, Eddie Guerrero would have been here back. I would have seen Eddie Guerrero live at WrestleMania facing Shawn Michaels for the World Heavyweight title.
There was a
So
chance it wasn't,
yeah, but
because the main of that was gonna be for the world title. That was option like B.
yeah,
That match was gonna happen, but
yeah,
the world title was a maybe. The world title would have been on Batista and Randy Orton. Excuse me.
Yeah, bless you. But yeah, that's sort of. I mean, it also been great to see that dream match. Like it
Right.
would have been
Oh yeah, for
awesome.
sure.
So yeah, I mean,
100%.
I love the. I mean, I wish it came back to Chicago, but I get it. I mean, there's not really like a football stadium you could go to because Soldier Field is open. It's like
Mhm.
freezing. I mean, by April it kind of warms up a little bit, but still has a chance of snowing until May or June
Yeah.
sometimes. So hopefully, if the Bears
It's
move,
Chicago.
if
Yeah,
not,
Chicago has a crazy weather
yeah,
where even if like they need an arena where they could have the roof covered if
yeah.
needed.
So if the Bears move or they move or they just make a football stadium big enough to like have WrestleMania or the Olympics or something like that. Yeah, that'll probably be awesome to come back to.
Mm.
But yeah, I've been waiting for another one because you would think like they cycle it every city like every 10 years, but it's been close to what? Like we're at 40, what, 2? 41?
On what?
WrestleManias.
Oh yeah. Wait, I'm
41.
confused.
What WrestleMania are we on coming up?
Oh, we're going to 40.
40. So it's been
Yeah,
like
that's what
18 years.
I was
So
like,
almost eight.
what?
So it's been 18 years. It's been like 18 years since they did a WrestleMania in Chicago, which is like
Right.
overdue, but still whatever. Survivor Series is the second best thing, and SummerSlam. When they do
Yeah.
that
Oh
again.
yeah. I
Yeah,
feel like Survivor Series. I would say SummerSlam. Surprised we never. I mean, it's been a long time for SummerSlam as well.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm surprised SummerSlam is hasn't been here for in Chicago All States Arena. Survivor Series. It's weird why they come. I don't know. I do not understand why they come over here in the wintertime.
yeah,
It's like this is the worst time to be coming to Chicago. Like, I don't know why you're coming over here.
yeah.
Like
Luckily, this weekend is pretty good weather, but they came any other time of the year. You're like, why are you coming in December or January?
oh yeah, I hate when they come in December. It's like, why, man? Why are you here? It's freezing outside. It's like below zero or something, sometimes like that.
Yeah, but
But anyways, excited for Survivor Series War Games. There's still possibly rumors that CM Punk may show up. Uh, the only thing is, there was supposed to be an open challenge from Shinsuke Nakamura for Survivor Series, and there has been no word on that. I mean, the day of recording, there could be some changes, but I feel like if it was gonna happen, it probably would have happened by now. But there is another card that has been updated. It's Carlito versus Santo Escobar, which that's gonna be pretty cool. We still have Gunther versus The Miz for the IC title. This one I'm very interested about just because The Miz finally having another opportunity at the IC title, and it's against Gunther, who has been the longest reigning champion. The
yep.
only problem I have with this, as much as I'm glad I'm gonna watch it live, I have two concerns. One, I feel like this is a WrestleMania match. I know people may disagree on that part just because the reason why I say it's a WrestleMania match is because one is the Miz. The dude, he deserves a lot of credit, regard what people say about him. He is a top heel. He's not a top baby face, but he's definitely a top heel. And also he is a former IC champion. And what I mean by former, I mean 8 times.
Mhm.
So leading to that point of 9 to tie with Chris Jericho, that's a storyline right there. I'm trying to tie the record, you know, and and also try to break your record and all that. And then also it's a big accomplish for Gunther to defeat the Miz because he is a 2-time WWE champion and a former 8-time former champion. And also that the story of him ensuring that he doesn't want break his longest reign, his title reign, and also become the ninth champion, because you don't want to do that. You don't want to be the guy who's known like, damn,
Mhm.
the Miz is tied as the most IC title thanks to Gunther because he beat you. You don't want to be known as that.
Yeah.
And then but it's a huge accomplish for the Miz. So that's gonna be a big one. And my second issue is I feel like this is gonna be a squash match.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I feel like give the Miz like 10 minutes, bro. I feel like it could turn out to be a fantastic match. I feel like this could be a great match, and that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that this is gonna be that. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that, you know. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be one of those. Oh, I could. Okay, cool. It
Yeah.
was that. All right. That was it. All right. So, who do you think is gonna get the W for this one? Gunther versus
For
the Miz.
I say Gunther.
Gunther. All right. You got a what's it called? Because I kind of, you want to do predictions on this episode?
Yeah, because the show's this weekend and it's Thanksgiving, so we gotta give thanks.
Give thanks. All right. Well, I'm gonna go with Gunther as well. Let's go. I'm going with Gunther. Gunther.
Okay.
Gunther's gonna beat the Miz in 5 minutes. Um, with a clothesline. No, no, no. He doesn't do a clothesline. With a power bomb. What am I doing? Talking about power bomb. Boom. 5 minutes. Do, 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 do.
I agree with that because I think he would do it. I think we'll match on that one because I'm like,
Dude, this is gonna be an awkward prediction one. All right, well, let's go. I'm gonna go Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark. I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley. I feel like
yeah,
that's
I'll
gonna be,
give
I
it.
feel like this is gonna be like a easy prediction one.
Yeah,
uh Carlito versus Santo Escobar. You got to give it to Santos. I feel like Santos gonna get the W because it's like if he loses to Carlito, the only way I would feel like this would still work to elevate Santos if Zelina interferes and causes Santos to lose the match. And then but then Santos needs to attack Carlitos after the match though.
yeah.
He can't just take the L. Other than that, Santos has to get the win, and that's who I'm going with for.
I agree with that. But you know what? I'm gonna add a little caveat because I don't know if you knew, but Santos, o Legado de Fantasma had a different manager before Zelina. They had Electra Lopez. So it'd be kind of a full circle thing if like Electra Lopez comes out and attacks Zelina and she
Mm,
joined forces with like Santos. So it's like kind of a full circle because they kind of went like NXT, it was Santos, Joaquin Wild, and Cruz del Toro, and Legado de Fantasma with Electra Lopez. All of a sudden, they moved to the main roster, and
right.
then Electra Lopez is on NXT. She stayed back there, but they made Zelina the manager. Then obviously they joined Rey Mysterio with the LWO. So I think it'll be
Mm,
full circle if they like if Zelina does interfere, she will probably. Is that Electra Lopez comes out and attacks Zelina. So it's kind of like this, kind of like we kind of let this story open. Now we're gonna come in full circle at Survivor Series, because it wouldn't make
mm,
sense. I didn't make sense about that. Like they just dropped her. It's not like they told her. They didn't do any storyline or anything. We're like, hey, thank you so much, but we gotta go separate ways. They just kind of like they debut on the main roster,
right.
and then it was Zelina. It was like, what about Electra? Did she just like? They didn't make any
Mm,
storyline where like like, hey, we did a like a little segment where like she quit Legado de Fantasma or they fired
right.
her. Or,
They
we're
just
not
like
part.
they just
They
like
just dropped it.
recast her basically.
Yeah, they just recasted her.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that'd be kind of like a nice thing because if Santos wants to make his own faction, like I'm
Mm,
pretty sure it's gonna be like I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Santos. It's gonna be the same people. It's gonna be like Legado de Fantasma versus the LWO. It's gonna be
right.
Carlito. It's gonna be Dragon Lee, Zelina, and Rey Mysterio, and it's gonna be Santos, Cruz del Toro, Joaquin, and Electra Lopez again. So two like factions like that. So that's probably why I'm like that might happen too with Electra Lopez or
Okay.
Lola Vice. One of that they might join forces with Santos because it'd be kind of equal. Especially if there's a woman on one side and there's a woman on the other side. Like, might as well bring back the original manager.
And I like that because it builds up the storyline
Yeah,
with Santos and Rey Mysterio because I don't know what's going on with Rey Mysterio. I don't know if that injury is real or kayfabe, but let's just say it is real. It builds this match to WrestleMania to elevate Santos,
yeah.
and it'd be pretty cool to see Santos to wear his mask again. And then that way we could get mask versus mask or mask
Well,
versus hair.
it'd be mask versus hair most
Mm,
likely. Because mask versus mask. Now that he took his mask off, it's not
mm.
worth anything. He just takes it off anyways. Like he comes out sometimes, he takes it off.
Oh,
You
that's
know.
true.
So it's like, well, in Mexico they sometimes do that. They recast some wrestlers, but like the U.S. market, it wouldn't. I would say remember Mysterio and WCW, but they kind of like that phased that out. And I was like, because he had a break between WCW and WWE, so it was kind of okay to bring his mask back on. But like with
Right.
Santos, would be like no point of having a mask on because you kind of know who's behind the mask. Only if it's a
But
symbolic
I
thing,
mean, well, it's more yeah,
like his
it's a
dad's
trophy.
mask.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if it's like a trophy kind of deal. But yeah, I wouldn't say like he should go back wearing a mask
yeah,
because I do agree with you where it's like, well, if he puts the mask on and then he just for him to lose it, it was like, what's the purpose? So I feel like it's just more like kind of like if Captain America is like, I'm gonna put my shield on the line,
yeah,
and it's like it's who I am. So and then if he loses it, it's like, damn, you just took a part of me.
yeah.
So, you know,
Like, or if it's his dad's mask or something like, and oh,
yeah.
it's just like, oh, I mean, there's been wrestlers that went from unmasked to mask, like
Mhm.
Axiom, he was freaking a kid before.
Right.
Scripps was that one guy, Reggie, um, there's some people that do that, but at the same time, it wouldn't make sense for Santos, like yeah, like you said, like something symbolic, like this is his dad's actual original mask, like
Mhm.
he'll put it on for him, but then it'll make him more of a baby face because it's his father. It's like I don't know,
Not really. I mean, you
no
could turn it into a heel, but yeah, I feel like if this is the direction they're going to be going towards, it's probably going to be most likely hair versus
mask,
mask.
yeah,
And can you imagine Santo Escobar pulling like the Kurt Angle, the wig, and all that stuff?
oh man,
Hey, if he does that, if he does that, bro, that boy is gonna be on TV. They're gonna push him into a star because look how it worked out for Kurt Angle.
yeah.
He made Hulk Hogan tap out wearing that damn wig.
Yeah. So
So
yeah, because I think Rey Mysterio, I think he wants like the next generation of Mexican American wrestlers.
yeah,
So like Santos, Dragon Lee, Dominic,
yeah.
like all these guys, like he needs. I mean, there was other guys before, but they all got released. But you know what I mean? Like I think Rey Mysterio's at the age where like, you know what? Let's actually make like Dragon Lee or Santos like the next Mexican American superstar or Mexican superstar. You
Yeah.
know, because they're both born in Mexico.
Santos is a good choice. He is a good choice. Dragon Lee is another great choice.
And the crazy
Um,
part, they're all like second or third generation wrestlers. So it's not like
right.
they're like they just decided to wrestle and stuff. They were like they're both from the legacy of wrestling families. So it's
I would say Roosh is another good choice, but
he's in
that
AW.
guy, not that, but yeah, I heard he has a temper like
Uh,
a certain luchador and wrestler, former WWE guy. So it's like with him, it's like, okay, you're not gonna be there long term. But Santos and Dragon Lee, I could see them be the next top representing the Latino base.
yeah,
So those are two good choices.
yeah,
And it's good to have two instead of just one because when you rely on just one, it doesn't
yeah.
succeed.
If one
So
bombs, the other one could be like, oh well, let's use this guy then.
yeah. And then you also have Dominic Mysterio as well. So,
Yeah,
he has a bright future. Unfortunately, he's a future heel. He's a top current heel at the moment, but that dude is never going to be the same. He can't go
no,
back as a face.
no,
It's it.
he got go away heat. He got X Pac
Yeah.
heat.
Yeah.
Like that. Like just stop, just get off
He
our
he
TVs.
had he has that Samsung when the Samsung in a group chat with an iPhone.
Yeah, I know
He's
that.
he Yeah. So
I'm
he's the same.
Samsung boy.
Yeah, so that's
Samsung for
exactly.
life.
So it's like when you a Samsung sends a text message to a group chat and everybody has an iPhone except for you, and everybody's like, "What the hell? Get out of here!" That's the type of heat Dominic has, bro. So
Yep.
it's like, yeah. So it's like they already has him alone. So and then also you can't forget the beautiful Zelina and all that for the woman, for the top future women's division and all that. But they got to put a title on her.
Yeah.
Hey, she was tag team, but still, she needs a single title, man.
Yeah.
So, women's war games. I'm assuming this is gonna be the opening match. Um, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, Becky versus Damage Control, Bailey, Kyrie Sane, Asuka, and Io Sky. This is like a fantasy dream match over here. So, yeah, this is tough because I want my girl Charlotte to win. I
Yeah.
want my girl Becky to win. But you know, I love Bianca. Shotzi, you all right. You all right. But Damage Control. Kyrie Sane, bro. Ooh wee. Ew Sky. Ooh wee. Oscar. Ooh wee. And the dump truck, Bailey. Ooh wee. So I gotta go with Damage Control because god damn, I can't control my emotions.
They're damaging the control of my heart, or something like that. Something.
Damage
Or...
control my heart. Oh my
oh
gosh.
my god. I mean, I mean, I agree. I mean, I feel because I feel like I agree with you with every match. This is like one of the shows where like, okay,
It,
you know who,
it's pretty obvious.
yeah.
It's one of
I
those
still want to
shows.
watch it. Obviously, we're gonna be
Yeah, of
there, but
course.
but
For
like,
sure.
yeah. But I agree because it's like it makes the team credible for Asuka joining. Otherwise, it
Mhm.
just means like she joined the
No, no,
team
no,
and they
no. She
lose.
joined. Is she part of Damage Control now?
Now she is, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. I know
Well,
Kyrie
Dakota
Sane.
Kai,
Yeah, Kyrie
Dakota
Sane
Kai
is.
too, but she's injured. I mean, I'm surprised they're not 5-on-5. I mean, they might change it on SmackDown. Who knows? But that'd be kind of weird. Like, why not make it 5-on-5? Why is it?
Oh, Dakota's still out.
Yep, she's still out, so there's not like a fifth woman to add, unless they add like a friend or something. But they don't really have anybody besides,
Hmm.
you know, if Sasha Banks comes back, but that's not gonna happen either.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, but I agree with Damage Control. It feels like it just makes Asuka part of that team more in like like a woman's faction, like a mega faction. The
Right.
other one seems like it's put together like last minute, you know. But it's kind of good to have that
It's
kind
a
of
dream team,
yeah.
but with
That's all.
Shotzi.
Yeah.
So
No,
there's
but yeah,
come on, bro. Shotzi was cool in the Indies, but in the WWE, you know, hey, make that WWE money, Shotzi. But
yeah,
they haven't been treating you right. But hey, do your thing, girl. I ain't hating.
yeah.
So you're still sexy. But realistic is like there's four main eventers here, and you know, Shotzi. But that's not on her. That's just WWE not really giving her a true opportunity. I don't
Yeah.
even recall her even getting a true opportunity at NXT as well.
She was there for a little bit. I think she went for the title. She never won.
Hmm.
You know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, possibly rumors before we get into the main event. Rumors of added matches. Well, and then matches that was gonna happen, but never. Yeah, I mean, it's not on paper yet.
Yeah.
Obviously the one like I said earlier, Shinsuke Nakamura versus doing an open challenge, calling out CM Punk or Randy Orton.
Now we know it's
Randy,
not CM Punk. Now we know it's not Randy Orton.
right? There's a chance I still may not see CM Punk. Is there a chance that CM Punk gonna show up at WWE Survivor Series? No. Would it be cool if it did? Yes.
What would okay? So my question for you is, what would happen if you hear the song? How does it go? Like
The for
yeah, you
the
heard it as like his theme
culture.
song. Yeah,
Uh
I would die right there. I'm like, you know
Honestly,
what?
I
I'm
probably
gone.
would like I would have been mad. I would have
Yeah.
been mad because you know why? Because I wasn't freaking recording.
Ooh, no,
You know
I'll
what
be
I mean?
recording, man. I'll be
That
like,
but
be
how would you
ready.
know? Like let's
You
just
wouldn't,
like
but
that's the thing. How would you know? If it was just like boom, it just happened, I would be mad. Because I'd be like,
yeah.
whoa, come on, man.
But
Like,
if you see
but
Nakamura come out, you're like, ooh, I'm gonna record real quick.
yeah, oh
You
yeah,
never know.
then obviously,
You're like,
and if I hear CM Punk's theme song, I would be like, I would probably scream. I'll probably react like how I felt when Io Sky cashed in.
oh, dude, yeah. I was
You
like,
know what I mean? So
cause
go
yeah,
check out our vlog or well for my video, you see my reaction of Io Sky cashing. Like I knew like I wanted her and I was hoping, I had a feeling, and then as soon as I heard her music, I
yeah,
went crazy. So I
yeah,
feel
me
like that's
too.
how I'm gonna react.
Because I looked at my brother and like, wait, Bianca's injured. Can it be? And I look, bang, music. I'm like,
Mm.
we jumped because we were like, ah. Even Fastlane when Cena came out, I remember we were like, oh, we knew he was gonna come out, but
Yeah.
we're like,
Yeah, you're right about that. When Cena came out, we knew he was gonna show up, and we still went crazy for him.
yeah.
And we went crazy for when Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso won the tag team titles because we
Oh,
weren't expecting that.
yeah, we were like, what?
Yeah,
We're like, no way. I'm like, I looked at you like, is this real?
like does this really happen? Like what just happened? Like oh my gosh, I was so excited. Like that match alone made me like I'm so glad we came. Like that's what she said. But so
Yeah.
anyways, the other rumor was LA Knight Kevin Owens was supposed to face no, sorry, not yeah, LA Knight Kevin Owens, they were supposed to face Austin Theory and Grayson Walker, whatever.
Waller.
Waller. That I mean that's still a possibility because it's Thursday. So and for by Friday we may find out. It may happen. We were supposed to get a 6-man or a 5-man tag team match that was gonna involve those 4 men, the bloodline, Jimmy Oso and Solo. Um Another match that was rumors was Solo was supposed to face AJ Styles.
Wow.
So that was another thing. So yeah, well, I mean, again, like I said, this is Thursday, so maybe we'll find out by tomorrow or maybe Saturday, the day of the show. They may add add more matches during the show, but I highly doubt it. I think this is gonna be it. Just because I really hope they do add one more match. I would love to see LA Knight in Chicago. LA Knight, yeah. I feel like that would be great. Um, and also it'd be cool to see Kevin Owens again live. So what was I gonna say? Why am I throwing a blank now? Damn.
Hmm.
Hello?
It'd be good to like see those matches, like LA
Yeah,
Knight, Kevin Owens.
I was heading towards a direction, but I was like, where am I going? Oh, anyways, the war games. They're probably
Yeah.
gonna be like an hour.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long match.
Yeah. And in those 3 matches, I feel like the Miz and Gunther, let's be realistic. Most likely, but I feel like they're gonna be given 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the women's match, probably 10-15 minutes. And then Santos and Carlitos, maybe between 8 to 15 minutes, if we're being realistic. But
Yeah.
still, that's still like less than an hour right there.
Yeah.
So is this show gonna be 3 hours or is it gonna be 4 hours?
I don't know, but I ain't going. I'm gonna stay in Des Plaines that day. So
So
I mean, I'm staying at my parents'. That's a far drive. But wait, we didn't go. So that's all the matches, right? Besides the
well, we
one
didn't
that we
do the
think.
prediction. No, I was just telling you the matches
Oh,
that
yeah,
we were supposed to get. We haven't talked about the main event. So the main event, um, Judgment Day with Drew McIntyre versus the returning Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Seth freaking Rollins, Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn.
mm,
Uh, before you tell me your pick for the prediction, do you think that War Game should be an elimination match?
no,
Interesting.
because it makes it more interesting. Like you never know, like what move or what spot might cause the match to end.
Mm.
That's the thing about war
I mean,
games.
you could
Like,
say the same thing with one pinfall
yeah,
because with multiple elimination could not really ruin it. I feel like not single, like one by one, but like once everybody's inside the ring, I feel like that's when the elimination should start.
yeah,
Um, but I was just curious. I don't
yeah.
think it needs one.
No, that's probably why they got rid of the other format they had, the
Mhm.
traditional Survivor Series thing. I'm like, it's fine, but then it's like 3 against 1. It's like, oh,
Yeah, because
let's
sometimes I hate when they like eliminate somebody within like a minute, where it's like,
yeah, it's
why?
like yeah. I
What
remember
was
when Gunther was part of that match. They eliminated him like in 2 minutes. I was like, what the hell was that? He
I
was
don't
part of
remember
the
that one.
yeah. He was yeah, exactly. That's why it was like what
I mean, and that's
Gunther
true. It's really difficult to remember Survivor Series matches. Like
exactly.
I remember 16. I remember 03, 04. here
Yeah.
and there. So yeah, it is kind of difficult to remember Survivor Series. I
But if
remember
you,
more
yeah,
matches,
yeah.
but anyways, I'm going to go with Team Orton.
Ooh.
I don't think Judgment Day. I feel like Judgment Day should get the W. You know what? I'm gonna change it. I'm going with JD.
Ah, damn it.
JD.
I
Oh,
was
you're
gonna be
going with
like,
JD?
yeah, because I was gonna be like, this is the one match we don't agree on.
All right. Then
No,
I'll
no,
go
no,
with
no, no.
I'll
You
go
could
with
if you
Team
want.
Orton. No, I'll go with Team Orton then. That's fine. I'll go with Team Orton. I think Randy Orton's gonna pin Drew McIntyre. Pick up the rivalry between them two.
I'm gonna say Drew McIntyre pins Randy Orton, or he
Ooh,
pins Seth Rollins. I say
ooh.
Seth Rollins.
No, why would you do that? I would save him. I mean, that'd be cool because then those two could have a feud. So I
Yeah.
feel like that'd be pretty cool. Um, but I would also say Dominic covers either Cody Rhodes or Seth freaking Rollins. I think I told you that last time. Have Dominic cover Cody Rhodes. I mean, have Dominic cover Seth freaking Rollins so he could be a number one contender for the world heavyweight title. So
Yeah, but they ain't to
because
lose the North American
there's no
title.
pay-per-view. So that match is gonna be like a raw match. You know what I mean?
Or the match ends, Damian Priest has enough energy, he goes and
Ooh.
cashes it in on Seth Rollins in Chicago. Because Seth Rollins is a
Ooh.
Bears fan. He's like Iowa's like pretty much our like neighborhood, right? Because Iowa's
Mhm.
right there, like a 5 hour drive, but still. You see Damian like after the match, he gets like, you know what? Cash it in, bang, right there in Chicago.
Mm.
I keep saying that for every pay per view, but
But
it's like a
that still works with mine then. If you have
yeah,
Dominic pin Cody Rowe, Seth freaking
yeah,
Rollins, and then Judgment Day could attack him, or even Drew McIntyre,
yeah,
Claymore after the match, Claymore, Seth Rollins, Claymore, everybody. Damian cashes in, Razor Edge, 1, 2, 3, World Heavyweight Champion, and then lights off. Boom! Here comes CM Punk.
yep,
Bam!
yeah,
Bam! Right there.
yep.
Oh, woo! Fantasy booking right there.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean with the Damian Priest. It seems like it makes sense because it's like it's War Games, like the
Mm-hmm.
champ. Like he's like, oh, he's down. I'm gonna go
Drop my
pin him.
pen.
Yeah, like throwing pens everywhere,
Good. I got
just
so
throwing
freaking
pens,
excited. Go
just throwing
guy.
pens.
But no, that'd be awesome. I didn't really thought about that.
Oh yeah, dude.
But that works. But regardless, let's just say, Damian Priest is gonna, they got better things for him later on.
Yeah,
But yeah, I feel like Dominic should get the pin over Seth. At least that could like continue the feud. Also builds up Dominic as well. And also end that win because you're trying to promote NXT Deadline and he's defending the title. So it's like, building up for that show as well because it shows like, because then he could use that as bragging rights for NXT, where it's like, I just beat the world heavyweight champion. What makes you think you have a chance against me? You know,
yeah.
so,
I'm
you
kind of
know,
shocked that Deadline's not the same weekend as Survivor Series. I'm kind of bummed by that.
I
Cause
mean,
I don't
when
love for it's Deadline is like the week after, I think. Let me see, wait.
it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks. But I would love, you know how they used to do like, you know how they do like they do a pay per view like Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, and then they
Mm.
do like WWE, or they could if that'd be kind of nice.
But they do that for WrestleMania though.
No, but Survivor, I mean, no, but Chicago, the last Chicago NXT show
Mm.
was Takeover 3. I think it was Chicago Takeover 3. I'm like, oh, that'd have been sweet,
Right.
to
No,
have a
that would have been too
like
much.
I would have been there for sure. I'm like, hey, I'm
But
going
they
there.
used to, yeah, but they used to do that when they had the pay-per-views on Sunday now.
Yeah, I wish they kind of,
Yeah.
if it was Sunday, that'd be kind of nice.
No,
But
I prefer, yeah,
no,
no,
Saturday, no.
Saturday. So much better. So much better.
Yeah.
So much better. If they go back to Sundays, I'm like, okay, I gotta have Monday off now. I gotta find a job where I have Mondays off because I can't do that.
Or start later. Like, I'm gonna start like at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock
Yeah.
in the morning to 11
Yeah.
o'clock.
I gotta find either a Tuesday to Saturday job or start, like you said, start a later shift.
Mhm.
So hail to the no. So yeah, super excited for this match. Ever, do you have any favorite Survivor Series matches that took place in Survivor Series?
Oh man. Um, I had a list. Let me check one second.
Hmm.
I mean, there's
Hmm.
like, let me see.
Well, if you don't, I do have a game for you, and
Oh crap.
it's called. Well, we done this before. Pick one and delete the rest.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
This is Survivor Series elimination match. Or what? Survivor Series main event matches. Pick one, delete the rest. Ever. You ready?
Yep.
Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. Bailey versus Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler. Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. And Big E versus Roman Reigns. Pick one and delete the rest. Do 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 do
One more
do.
time.
Big E Roman Reigns 2021. Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns 2020. Becky Becky Lynch, Shayna Baszler, Bailey 2019. 2018 Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan.
Oh, Bailey, Becky, and Shayna. That was in Chicago. I forgot that was in Rosemont.
Yes,
So
sir.
they were just here recently. Then they weren't here. They were
4
here
years ago.
recently. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, it's been a couple decades. Like, it's been like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years almost.
Couple decades. So that's the one that you're picking with and deleting the rest?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Very nice. Do. All right, everybody. Hit that like and subscribe. Follow. Appreciate it for following. Link in the bios for merch, TikTok, IG. JJ, thank you for getting us to 300 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah.
Are you still looking for your favorite matches?
No.
Oh, you gave up on that?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I was like, damn, man, like,
But
hurry
what are
up.
two? Where will we go next? What shows? There's a lot of shows coming up.
Well, we may go to Hard to Kill, TNA Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, Hard to Kill.
It'd be, well, no more Impact Wrestling. It'd be called TNA Wrestling.
It will be they're going TNA Wrestling. Woohoo! Hopefully WrestleMania.
After that,
Hopefully
they're in Europe and stuff, so I'm not
yeah.
going to any of those because that's too far.
The one that I'm gonna try to plan on going is the Milwaukee show when they come back on SmackDown. March in
Oh,
March.
birthday
Um
birthday month
yeah.
for me.
Ooh, let's go then, Milwaukee. Hey, we'll hit the clubs. So yeah, March. So SummerSlam, and then there's I'm gonna try to go to AEW show. Um, if they're if All Out's gonna come back in Chicago, I'll probably go to that.
Yeah, if
And
they
yeah,
don't get booed out of the building again.
so but for WWE is try to go to WrestleMania. Um, try to go to Milwaukee, and then if they're gonna be here for Chicago again, it's just mainly like for what event.
Yeah,
So I'll try to go for that.
everything else
And
is in like what? So Elimination Chambers in Australia.
Mhm.
There's Bash in Berlin, which is a totally new show, so it's gonna be in Germany. There's what's in
But
France? Backlash.
that show's gonna be like Clash of the Castle.
Oh yeah,
So Backlash is gonna be in France. No announcement for Survivor Series.
it might
SummerSlam.
it might be in the UK. Who knows?
I wouldn't be
It might
surprised.
go. They might go international next year. Who knows?
Yeah,
No US
they're really trying to show off uh AEW at this
or
point.
everybody at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, for sure.
They gotta do Tokyo just to like mess with New Japan. Like, hey, let's
Mhm.
do Tokyo, but I don't know how receptive it's gonna be out there.
They should do it, but I wouldn't say do it for like SummerSlam. I mean, it would have been wrong for them to go to SummerSlam,
Yeah,
for Tokyo, especially, but it has to be in the Wrestle Dome.
yeah,
It's like, or why even bother? Like, if you're not gonna do SummerSlam or Survivor Series in Tokyo Dome, or even WrestleMania in the Tokyo Dome, if they're gonna go somewhere else, it's like then just have a different pay per view there, like Backlash or something like that.
yeah.
Um, so very excited for next year, 2024. Also, future episodes. What's it called? our war show. It's
Yep.
gonna happen either in December or late January. So yeah, very
We gotta
exciting
come because we
stuff.
gotta compile all our like knowledge and watch every match,
That's
make
what
a
I've been doing. Oh my gosh.
make a decision of every category. So yeah, it's gonna take us a while to get there, especially with the year, especially if the year's not over. If we do it December, like, wait, oh, this match on.
You better catch up.
I
I
know.
already caught up on the good matches already. I
Oh yeah,
already gave you a list.
yeah.
So yeah, so future episodes we're gonna give you our favorite matches, our personal favorite matches. We're gonna give you our favorite matches overall, WWE, TNA as well. Maybe TNA will probably be more on my per half. But definitely for this show, it's gonna be mainly WWE. We try to give love to AEW, but it's kind of difficult. I mean, it's because it's like I'm the only one who watches AEW, and I don't really follow AEW. I just watch it because either I'm bored or matches that catches my attention, and I was like,
Maybe one
okay,
or two matches, right? Maybe a few. It
uh,
depends on each show, right? For you, it's like
yeah, it really depends.
for
Like
me, I'm like, nah.
Unforgiven, like the Forbidden Door was Brian Danielson and Okada. All out was because it was in Chicago, and then also to check out my bucket list. The fact that I finally went to an all out show, and also to say I went to their big event. And then All In was I think All In was the only show where it was like the full card,
Wow.
and All Out was some. Russell Dream was all. What I believe it was all of them, and then Full Gear was I.
Two.
It was all of them, but I didn't enjoy all of it.
Yeah.
So All In, Russell Dream. I enjoyed every match. I believe. Like it was enjoyable. Let's just put it. I'm not saying like every match on the card. I don't know. I got to go back in my TikTok.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing for those rate the shows. It helps out a lot. But anyways, anything else you got to say before we head out ever?
Happy Thanksgiving to all. Hopefully you guys are eating really well. Oh, well, if you're watching this while you're eating, that's great too. Enjoy your food. Um, be kind of cool if people could just post like like what they're eating and stuff. Like, hey, new entry, what you eating? But I don't have to.
Yeah,
Nah,
ever
I'm just
you a
kidding.
freak, bro.
Nah.
You a
But no, I mean,
freak.
but I do like the fact that we're gonna have different lineups coming up with wrestling. Obviously for 2024, we're trying to go big. We're trying to, guys, we're trying to expand our merch too. So we might get some new stuff, new designs at Pro Wrestling Tees. So that'd be kind of nice for you guys to check out. We're trying to maybe get a studio in the future or here and there. Like we could be in a nice studio, we get some guests, we're getting more relationships with other podcasters and Instagram and social content creators and other, pro wrestlers and stuff like that. So we're gonna get more guests, but we're working on that too. If you guys know anybody, let us know. We'll love to reach out and see if it
Yeah, even
works.
if you're listening to us right now, if you
Yeah.
guys are ever down to be on part of the show,
Yeah, if you're a
and
wrestler or a promoter or a
a
social
fan.
media, a fan that loves wrestling, we could always, just shoot us a message on Instagram and then we'll, probably in January or the new year, obviously with the holidays, with the new year, we'll set something up and you guys join us for a quick chat, like we'll just chat about wrestling, like we always, or do news or do something fun, a Jeopardy game we're working on. We're trying to get that figured out and other games too. So be kind of interactive with everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah.
But anyways, also if we hit 500 subscriber by the end of the year, I will shave my head ball. If we hit
Woo.
1,000, we're both gonna shave our head balls
Oh wow.
by the end of the year. By the end of the year, ooh, Everett, take us home, baby bird.
All right, listeners and viewers, depending where you're watching this on, thank you so much. Thank you for checking us out. I'm Ever, and this is Ian.
We are out.
Bye, guys.
Doo-doo-doo.